Hey everyone, it's Lynette Bledsoe coming to you live from LynetteBledsoe.net. Actually coming to you live from my home office here in San Antonio, Texas. So today, as you saw in that post, I'm going to share with you how to share one post that reached 4 million people without even any paid advertising at all. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely like, share this post, maybe share it with anyone who might be interested in learning something like that. Because we're going to definitely, I have notes just to make sure we stay on track. All right. So I have actually, I wrote a couple notes, and basically I have a daily Twitter plan that you guys can do every day just to reach 4 million people. Yes, Twitter. Back when I learned these tips, I wasn't using Twitter at all. I actually had, I think, about 800 followers at the time before I actually learned these different tricks. So they definitely helped me. Right now, I think I have close to about over 3,000 followers on Twitter. Obviously, that's not a lot compared to a lot of other people. Sorry, my notes fell. That's not a lot, but that's only after a couple of months. I think I started this, I watched the training. I think it was about March or April. And hey, Sue, thank you for joining. I think it was about March or April when I saw this training, and it totally, obviously, from 800 to over, I think it's over 3,300 followers on Twitter. You guys can go on there and tell me. But if I think that's how much my Twitter page has changed just by following a couple different tips. So if you have a pen and paper, get that. If not, you could always come back to this video. But let's get started. So one tip is change your Twitter banner and make it look professional. Remember, if you watch any of my other posts or any of my other videos, we talk about branding yourself. So you don't want to have that banner. It's not a company banner. No, this is going to brand you. And you can look at mine for an example, or look at any big network marketing leaders in the industry and take a look at their banner. It probably has their name, their photo. It brands them so that people know who you are. Just in case, you just never know. You want to brand yourself, not your company. And you can actually get professional banners at two different places. You can do that on a website called Canva. I'm going to spell it. It's Canva. That's actually, I think, where I did my banner. And then there's another one. If you don't have time to try to figure out how to make a professional banner, that's okay. I have a solution for you. There's a website called Fiverr. Fiverr.com. Basically, you pay someone else $5 and they'll make a professional banner for you. And we did that in the beginning when we had no clue of how to make professional photos at all. After a while, you'll get used to it and you can kind of figure out how you want your stuff to look. But if you don't have time and you want it to look professional, I suggest you pay someone $5. Let them do it. Maybe they know more about graphic design than all of us combined. So it's better to pay someone else to do it, look professional, than you try to figure it out yourself. Okay, so another tip, you can have Twitter and Facebook connected. If anyone follows me on Twitter, I'll tell you right now, most of those tweets, I didn't sit there and post them at all. They're automated. So whenever we post on our fan page, Gary Lynette Bledsoe, if you look at those posts, you'll see that those posts automatically get posted on Twitter too. I do nothing on Twitter for those things. It just is a time saver for me. So if you don't have a lot of time, you can do that as well. So if you Google how to connect Facebook to Twitter, it'll walk you through the steps to do that. So anytime you post on Facebook, it'll automatically post on Twitter. That's another tip. On Twitter, this is what I do. Engage just like on Facebook. Engage. You want to engage with other people. Like, comment on their, well, you can't comment, but reply on Twitter to other people. Ask questions on your own Twitter. Maybe say, what do you guys think about the elections? Whatever the trending topic is, maybe try to put that on your Twitter page with the hashtag so that your post is also trending and other people will see that as well. If you write blogs, post those blogs on your Twitter page. If you write articles, not blogs, but if you just write articles, put those on there. If you maybe are more into video, like my husband, he loves videos, put those on there. And what you want to try to do in the very beginning is put at least 5 to 7 posts up a day. Again, like I told you, mine is automated, but there's some instances where I will post things myself to Twitter. And another thing, going back, I guess, bridging, you can connect Twitter to Instagram. So whatever you post in Instagram, there's an option there before you post that, if you haven't seen that yet, that you can connect it to your Twitter. So again, that's automated. You don't have to go all over the place typing in different places. You can do that automation. And I know this Wednesday, if you're joining us this Wednesday night, most of you have asked about that. We're having a Twitter training with our good friend Adam, who is actually where I learned all those last tips. If you haven't watched our last Twitter training, just go to LynetteBledsoe.net under my resources tab, and you can just watch that training before Wednesday night, because he's actually going to give updates from what was shared in the last one. Because as many of you know, social media changes all the time. So it's best to get yourself at least up to date with that last training on my website. And it's under the resources tab, and you can choose videos, training videos, and you can watch that training video there before Wednesday night. So when he shares whatever new stuff he's going to share, because he's on top of Twitter, whatever he shares on Wednesday, you guys are up to speed, and you can continue with the training moving forward. So let me see. I have 5 more things. We already talked about tweeting at least 5 to 7 times a day. Make sure you do that. Whether that's having the connection from Facebook or Instagram, do that. Another thing, and I think a lot of people miss the boat with this one because you're missing new connections. Thank the people who have followed you recently. So usually what I try to do is anyone who recently followed me, I'll send them a private message saying, thank you for following me. Or you can reply back and tag them, in a sense, mention them on your Twitter page and saying, thank you for following me. Just saying thank you. Not saying anything about your business, just saying thank you, because most people don't do that at all. And respond to anyone who mentions you. So just like I said, if somebody says, if you're connecting with a new person, say thank you for following me. If they reply on Twitter and says, you're welcome, you can reply back and saying whatever the case may be, or send them a private message. But if someone mentions you on Twitter, just like Facebook, if someone tags you in something, thank them. Thank you for the connection. Just interact with them, because you never know, you can take that connection or that conversation offline. Okay. And every day try to connect with new people. So look in your niche, whatever the niche is, look at hashtags for different niches. So if you're in travel, beauty, whatever product or service that you're in, hashtag that item. And that's a little secret. Hashtag that, I guess, that niche, you can say, and see different people who are liking those type of posts, or who are talking about those type of posts, who may not be in business, but they may be interested in your niche. So connect with those people, because obviously those type of people are going to be interested in whatever you're sharing on your Twitter. And the last thing, and this is a little bit advanced, but what you want to do on Twitter too is check your stats on everybody's Twitter page. It's more so, I think, on the computer, but if you look at everybody's Twitter, if you look at your profile, you can check your stats to see what kind of posts get more interaction, or what kind of posts get more likes, comment, or replies, and things like that. So you can see the type of things that you're getting more views from. And that's where that 4 million views can come from. It can come from those type of posts. So if you see that more of your audience likes motivational pictures, you may want to focus on that. And every so often throw in there your blogs and videos and things like that. If you find that your audience likes the blogs, then you definitely want to build your page with blogs and value that you can share on your Twitter. So again, if you haven't watched our last training video, you can do that at LynetteBledsoe.net. Watch that last training webinar. I believe it's 69 minutes long. And you can see what was shared at the last Twitter training. But this Wednesday night, and I'll post the link below, this Wednesday night we have an updated Twitter training, just with whatever was learned from the last webinar to this one, which is about 6 months since the last webinar on Twitter. If you want your teammates, it's open to whoever. If you want your team to know about it, I'm going to post the link below. Make sure that they go to it. If you would prefer, you can send your teammates to my page. They can watch that first training webinar. And hey, Jill, how are you? You can watch that last training video, and they can watch that. And then when Wednesday night comes, they'll be prepared and get their Twitter page up to date. So with that being said, again, I'll post a link below. If you got value from this, feel free to share below. I appreciate you guys for joining me today, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday night on our live webinar. See you guys at the top. Have a great day.